History is shaped by bold leaders, massive armies, and grand revolutions, right? Well, sometimes history is shaped by a typo, or a lazy lookout, or someone forgetting to lock a gate. Today, we're looking at the small mistakes, the tiny moments that snowballed into massive disasters. 1. A missed message sinks the Titanic. In 1912, the Titanic received 6 warnings about icebergs from other ships. But the final, most urgent message never made it to the bridge. Why? The wireless operator was too busy sending passenger telegrams and told the other ship to shut up. Hours later, the Titanic hit an iceberg and sank, killing over 1,500 people. 1 missed message, 1 historic disaster. 2. Napoleon's button problem. Napoleon's disastrous invasion of Russia in 1812 wasn't just about snow, it may have come down to buttons. The tin buttons on French uniforms disintegrated in the freezing cold, leaving soldiers exposed to brutal temperatures. Thousands froze or died of exposure. Turns out chemistry didn't care about strategy. 3. The Library of Alexandria may have burned. By accident. The legendary Library of Alexandria, home to countless ancient texts, was reportedly destroyed when Julius Caesar's men accidentally set fire to the docks during a battle. The fire spread and the world lost irreplaceable knowledge. Oops. 4. A wrong turn starts World War I. In 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand's driver took a wrong turn in Sarajevo and drove right past Gavrilo Princip, the man who had just failed to assassinate him earlier that day. Princip seized the chance and fired the fatal shots. That wrong turn sparked a war that killed over 16 million people. 5. A translation error triggers the bombing of Hiroshima. In 1945, Japan's prime minister responded to the Allies' surrender ultimatum with the word mokusatsu, which can mean either we withhold comment or we ignore it, depending on context. The US interpreted it as defiance. 10 days later, Hiroshima was bombed. 6. The Mars Climate Orbiter was lost because of units. In 1999, NASA lost a $125 million spacecraft because one engineering team used imperial units, pounds, while another used metric, newtons. The spacecraft entered Mars's atmosphere at the wrong angle and disintegrated. A cosmic reminder to check your math. 7. Chernobyl's test that went horribly wrong. In 1986, engineers at the Chernobyl nuclear plant were running a routine safety test, but skipped critical safety steps and disabled key systems. Combine that with design flaws and poor communication, and the result was the worst nuclear disaster in history. 1 test. Entire regions uninhabitable for centuries. 8. The gate that lost a city. In 1204, during the Fourth Crusade, the city of Constantinople was under siege. A small group of defenders forgot to lock a gate. Crusaders stormed through, and the city, one of the wealthiest in the world, was brutally sacked. That one unlocked gate cost an empire. 9. The Soviet submarine that almost started Wachoturi. During the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, a Soviet submarine was being depth-charged by the US Navy. The captain wanted to launch a nuclear torpedo. Only one man, Vasily Arkhipov, refused to authorize it. Had he agreed, we might not be here. 1 vote saved the world. 10. The explosion that started the Great Fire of London. A baker in Pudding Lane failed to properly extinguish his oven. A spark caught fire, which spread quickly due to wooden houses and narrow streets. The fire raged for 4 days, destroying most of London. A small kitchen mistake, a city in ruins. 11. A typo delays D-Day communication. During World War II, a typo in a radio message about D-Day caused confusion among Allied forces, delaying critical orders. Though it didn't derail the invasion, it could have, and shows how 1 letter can almost rewrite history. 12. The 2008 financial crisis was fueled by misplaced trust in math. The global financial meltdown was partly due to a complex financial model that used flawed assumptions. Bankers and investors relied on it without understanding the details. The result? Trillions lost. 1 formula helped bring down the world economy. 13. The Spanish Armada's weather misread. In 1588, the Spanish Armada set out to invade England. They underestimated the power of English weather. Poor planning and unexpected storms decimated their fleet. A royal miscalculation turned into a naval disaster. 14. A wrong code. wrecks a space rocket. In 1996, the Ariane 5 rocket exploded just 37 seconds after launch. Cause: a reused piece of code from an older rocket incompatible with the new design. The crash destroyed a $500 million payload. One line of code, boom. 15. An overcooked meal helped start the French Revolution. In 1789, a Paris bakery ran out of bread due to a delayed grain delivery and a fire. The starving crowd rioted, and the unrest helped ignite the French Revolution. A meal gone wrong, and a monarchy soon gone too. Conclusion: history teaches us that details matter. One missed message, one wrong turn, one unchecked number, and the consequences can echo for centuries. So, double-check that email. Lock that door. You never know, it might just save the world.